your go-to source for business, economic, and financial news updates. My name is Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi. The Central Bank of Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee recently held its bi-monthly meeting and made crucial decisions aimed at managing inflation, stabilizing the naira, and ensuring economic growth. But how do these decisions affect Nigeria's real sector, particularly manufacturing? Today, we'll examine the recent outcry by key business and industrial groups, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria and others, as well as the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, over the rising cost of credit following the Central Bank of Nigeria's decision to raise monetary policy rates to 27.5%. While the CBN insists this is to tame inflation, members of the organized private sector said it is stifling productivity, investment, and job creation. And my guest will be here shortly after this break. But first, let's take the update from the CBN Governor, Olayemi Kadoso.
The Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, held its 300th meeting on the 19th and 20th of May 2025. The committee reviewed developments in the global and domestic economies, including the risks to the outlook. All 12 members of the committee were in attendance. Decisions of the MPC. The committee was unanimous in its decision to hold policy and thus decided as follows. 1. Retain the MPR at 27.50%. 2. Retain the asymmetric corridor around the MPR at plus 500 to minus 100 basis points. 3. Retain the cash reserve ratio of deposit money banks at 50% and merchant banks at 16%. 4. Retain the liquidity ratio at 30%. Considerations. The MPC noted the relative improvements in some key macroeconomic indicators, which are expected to support the overall moderation in prices in the near to medium term. These include the progressive narrowing of the gap between the Nigeria Foreign Exchange Market (NIFM) and Bureau de Change (BDC) windows, the positive balance of payments position, and easing price of PMS.
Yes, that is the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Kadoso, speaking about on the consideration of MPC on the MPR. So my guest today is an economist and one of the leading manufacturers in Ondo State, Mr. Emmanuel Adewumi, CEO Denki Wires and Cables. You're welcome on the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's start by understanding the latest decision.
Take note, I'm not an economist, I'm a manufacturer.
Okay, yeah. Manufacturer to the core. Okay, thank you very much for that. Let's start by understanding the latest decision. For an average manufacturer, what does a hike in MPR mean?
Thank you very much. When we heard of this one yesterday, we had communication from our big boss. It is very disappointing the way CBN is treating manufacturers. Up to now, since inception of this government, policies from central bank on all this MPR and other things like that have not been impressive at all. Now you are putting this 27.5 MPR. This one we go to commercial bank. The commercial bank we put their own. Though it's going to make things very competitive, but commercial bank we put, we are not talking of 27.5. It's still hovering, it's still going to almost 30 to 32. I want to tell you today, manufacturers, we are bleeding. Only we are doing it quietly. Nigeria says they want to industrialize. You cannot industrialize without giving comfort to those people who are manufacturing. In overseas country, it is never so. When you see expatriates come to Nigeria to come and manufacture, the government gives them necessary assistance. Their interest rate is usually single digit. You give 2 digits at a high rate and other things. Those of us who are manufacturing, what is our profit? Has anybody come to find out what is our profit? How can you put money somewhere, at the end of the day you only have 5% profit? And this 5% profit is chopped away by interest rate of 27.5%. You can see the irony, the funny aspect of what they are doing. All these things, they take decision. That is why I see most of the policy made by CBN is for the capitalists, which is not good for this country. They want to improve industrial growth, use nano and other things. Can they benefit from this one? Nano goes to bank to go and nano, all these micro companies, they go to bank to go and borrow money. The bank will not say they are nano, they give them a single digit, they give them 2 digits. What are they going to produce that will make profit of 27.5%? There's none. I'm into manufacturing of cable. If I tell you what profit I make, you will shake your head. How am I surviving? How can you put in all the energy, all the things, high cost of something? And that is why you see Dangote, the sinusoidal type of prices is given to you. Because of the cost, other things that are coming in, it's bound for him to change some prices anyhow. Cost of diesel, cost of everything, cost of transportation, all these things. You add it to your cost of raw material, again, the interest rate will come and top it. So they are not giving us a leadway to it. Also, they say manufacture for export. How do you manufacture for export? Where do you get the money to manufacture to export? Do they provide any money for manufacturing for export? None. You see, go to commercial bank, they creep even some commercial bank nowadays. They find it difficult to borrow anybody money. They too, they don't want to be in trouble. So it is disappointing, though it is logical, in the sense that the banks are benefiting from this one. They will be able to borrow more and do other things like that. But to we manufacturers, it is disappointing. They are not taking this into consideration when their policy is coming up. All this, they just go to the place and formulate. How many of them has industries? And how do they see the profit they are making from profit? I've seen Nigeria that we are more of selling money and buy money to make profit. That is what is Nigeria. Even the naira stroke dollar floating, what are they doing with it? Is it not selling money and buy money? It is not easy for we manufacturers. Very, very terrible.
Okay, the Central Bank of Nigeria insisted that this move is to tame inflation. How realistic is this?
The inflation we are talking about, what is the level right now? When this policy comes up, what is going to be? It's not going to come down so radically as they are thinking. A situation, some people are also watching us from outside. If you listen to World Bank projection, they say if we are not careful, before 2027, we are going to have more poverty. They should be thinking of improving poverty in Nigeria. It is that one that can make things work well. If they are not taking things the way people should do it, they will travel and come back and see how is Taiwan surviving, how is China, how is this. See the whole of the country now flooded with Chinese. Do you think they just come here on their own? Government is supporting them, backing them with a lot of support, financially, other things. Our government does not back you up with any support financially. They want to take more tax from you. Come and see how much you pay for tax. You will be surprised of what they don't even do at all. They don't know how you even manage to survive to price, to buy your raw materials. It's very, very disappointing, man. I will tell you. And they need to look at it seriously. If Nigeria wants to grow, there will be no growth as far as it's concerned. When there's no growth, there will be inflation will be coming up. You are a woman, you go to the market now. Supposing somebody has a factory where it's producing tomato something. See the input of tomato now. When he puts it in his machine, what will be the cost? You know how much you buy one tomato now? And so many other things like that we are thinking about. So I want to suggest that the policy has not been favored. It's not going to be favored. Whatever, despite this one, there's still going to be inflation rate is not going to be, although it has come down a little bit from to 20 something. But let us wait and see. There are some saboteurs there too that they are going to work on it to make sure that all this MPR and all this policy does not even stay. Recently also, we were very glad we heard that all products manufactured locally, they should not import again.
Yeah, we're still going to talk about that. Okay. That's the new policy of the federal government.
I know. I want to tell you the implication of that policy too.
Okay.
It's also very dangerous.
Okay, let's finish with this one. Then we'll go back to that. Okay. Now it is obvious that the manufacturing industry has faced several hurdles.
Yes.
And this policy, how does it complicate the situation?
It's going to complicate it because right now, I would say, not all manufacturers benefit from bank borrowing. Even manufacturers are afraid to go to bank to go and borrow money. You borrow money to produce something that you are just going to make 5%, 10% profit. Bank will take 27.5%. It's not going to be that MPRO. They are going commercial banks will increase it. They jack their own to 30 or 32. You are only making profit of 5%. On your products. Somebody is taking it. Where do you stay? Where do you stay? The policy is almost like just as if, what do they call that thing for killing rats? Snipper. They give some policy that will be like snippers to kill them all. Don't let me deceive you. People that can benefit from this policy are people who are selling money for money. Don't let me deceive you. Some people are so comfortable now having dollars in their something. As things changes, they are not manufacturing. But those of us who are manufacturing, we know the effect. Let those people who have kept their dollars, let them come and put it in industry. They will know the sufferings we are getting. That is my take on that matter.
Okay, now let's talk about the policy alternatives and industry responses. Let's look at it from this angle. Are there any buffers or alternative the government can produce in terms of policies, and that to help the private investors and manufacturers?
What I want to say is that their policy must have human face. Poor men's all the policies that they put on ground does not favor the poor people. The people that are manufacturing in advanced countries, they are the richest. But in Nigeria, the people manufacturing, they are the poorest. People are not doing anything. You just see them outside, they are not doing anything. They are the richest in this country. Can this policy meet them? It's only those of us. When you will see tax now, tax is coming. Ask those people who are paying tax. The poor people are the people paying tax. The manufacturers and other things like that. So this is until there is a poor man's human face in policy taking that can make things work in this country. Most of their policy, they don't consider the poor people. Let the rich continue to be rich and let the poor continue to be poor. The
other time you talked about other countries giving their manufacturers single digit.
I am confirming it to you.
Rates.
All those Indians, Chinese you see in our street working, having industries.
What can be done for us in this part of the world to really enjoy all this?
That is what I'm saying. That it is the government policy. If I know something in Nigeria, if governments want to make you the richest person in Nigeria today, the government will make it. And if government want to impoverish you, to become somebody that is on the ground, government will do it. So government they are so powerful. Unless they look into all this and that. What do we do to this country to salvage it? If not so, a lot of people will be having different ideas. Talk of industrialization. A lot of things come out, like they say export promotion is very good. There's nothing you can manufacture today that you want to export that the profits you make will be up to 27.5% interest rate you are talking about now. It's not going to be there. And you see that they keep on seeing every time export promotion, so many things. Ordinary doing transaction, ordinary packaging of your raw material, of your products for export. How expensive it is, you will see. You cannot go to bank and borrow money to do all this packaging. Very expensive.
Okay, let's now look at, away from that, let's look at the impact of the new policy of the federal government concerning the procurement policy. What's your take on this?
I also know that these policies, when they want to formulate it, they are good. But when it comes to implementation, you see the problem there. You said whatever they produce now, the man who is producing it, there are some people, for example, like my products now, if I have to import, I am almost 90% import dependent. Before you charge that type of thing, you must look at the local content. What is it that we are getting in Nigeria that can be used for this thing? How are we processing it? Once all these things are in place, that is what we call local content. Then you can now say, this man, whatever he produces, is going to, nobody should import it. But this man is still going to import certain things. There were some people who were manufacturing vehicles. There is a big company who was already manufacturing armored tank for soldiers or that, like that. You discover that he has to bring in some things. Also in Osrc, you are seeing there, all the materials is not, there is local content there will be very minimal. It's going to bring some of these things. This man want to bring in these things. You are charging him $1,600 naira per dollar. He brings in this thing. Will the cost of the vehicle, will it not be so high? I'm sure. Nobody is telling me. I'm not tight, but I know very well that. So people like Innocent, immediately they did this naira dollar floating. So many factories ran into trouble. I won't deceive you. So many of us ran into trouble. I cannot boast of saying I want to open SC now, to open letter of credit, to go and collect raw material. You understand me? The rate of exchange alone, when you multiply it, come along with your interest rate. Nobody has money. Those people who have free money in this country, we know them, but they will not even venture into manufacturing. They don't do it.
In some instances, we have a situation whereby even the locally produced raw materials or products are even more costlier than.
Yes, it's bound to be so. These are the things that makes it to cost more. Get your, when you are doing your costing, the cost of fund, everything is there. Cost of raw material, cost of energy, cost of everything. Who can boast of cost of energy in Nigeria now? Supposing you are manufacturing, they put you on Band-Aid. Band-Aid will already collect all your money, and you are adding it to the cost of the product. How can you break even? Very difficult. It's only people who have lion heart that are running industries in Nigeria. Don't let me deceive you. If you don't have lion heart, you just develop high blood pressure and just go and die.
So that's just you have lion heart. That's why someone like you.
Yes, I have lion heart. I won't deceive you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. What would be your word of advice for manufacturers who don't have lion heart but tend to?
And they have money. Some people have money but they don't have lion heart. This is even said in the Bible. Some are born, some are not something. So if you have money and you don't have lion heart, I can train you to have lion heart. You understand me? Because that money cannot work for you if you don't produce something. Production is still going to be the engine of Nigeria. If you want to succeed, you cannot succeed with this one. No, I'm telling you. Dollar floating, all this one, we can never succeed. Some people are keeping their dollar now secretly because of what? They watch out. As what is the rate today? What is it?
1,650 naira.
But that money, if you put it in manufacturing, you will not allow it to stay. You continue to make sure that how it's going to work, how to employ more people and other things. The man who keeps how many dollars is how many people has he employed? He's only washing the shirt, and that's all. But those of us who are employing people, have over 60 people working with me now in Denki Wire and Cable. These people are going to feed family of about 4 or 5. Multiply out. Also, is our government recognizing all these facts also? The government must be able to recognize all these facts that is happening. Who are to bail us out is something. All this 7.5 or that does not even mean. It means nothing to some government. And they just look at you. If you like, go and kill yourself. If you like, go and face trailer and kill. They will not allow, please continue to manufacture. We will help you. There is no where they are going to give you any help. Yes, I'm highly impressed with this topic you have brought, because we need to enlighten ourselves. And I want to actually pray that Ondo State, you have had this policy now. What is our government doing about it? Cardoso has raised his interest rate to 7.5%. What is the stake of our government in Ondo State about it? How is he going to bail out industries? How is he going to bail out these small industries? Some people at times I laugh. They said they want to empower people. They go and buy them pressing iron. They go and buy them sewing machines. What do they want to use? What do they want to? They will not give them capital loan. Those people run to bank to go and borrow money. There is no profit they are going to make. So I am of the opinion that I want to appeal to our government. Any state, for example, some states have already heard about this pronouncement now. They will be looking for a way of helping the industrialists, the industry players, how to help them out of their problem. You understand me? Do you come and give them more tax to pay? So the government will sit down and say, please, don't let us give them more tax. Let us reduce it. Also, it's a relief. You understand me? So many things that we'll be looking for, that I want to see the governor for, to make sure that he gives relief. If it's helping us to look at all these problems, maybe one will be happy that you are solving. But I want everybody to know that without industrialization, take it or leave it, we are not moving anywhere. Yes. And I want to also, one of these things that I want you to see, that we have been yearning in Ondo State for some time now. All this export something can only happen when you do trade fairs. It's surprising, and I must say it on there, that we have not been enjoying this policy in Ondo State. For the past 10 years, 15 years, we have not had any trade fair in Ondo State. Trade fair is very, very important. This is where people will come from Gambia, come and see what we are producing and see what they can export. Cocoa, Ondo State is well known for cocoa. Cocoa is very easy to export. If not because of the new policy that you must process before you will not see any factory in Ondo State. But today we are very glad. So many industrial cocoa manufacturers are multiplying every day, because that's the policy in overseas. If you don't give it force something, you cannot export, which is very, very good. So many other things will come like that. Maybe that time a lot of people will be coming up. We want people. If I tell you something, you would laugh. If you go to Ogbesedia, people come from Gambia to come and market in Ogbesedia. They see certain things that interest them. They want to carry them. If you carry them, you may make some profit and other things like that. So I'm particularly happy that I'm here with you.
Thank you very much.
I don't know whether you allow me to give any other current. Today I enter Osrc. I was flabbergasted. I'm highly impressed with the new management of this body. The gate well painted. Everywhere you go, if I tell you I'm going to stop, I must still give this comment. I'm highly impressed. So tell the management, the chief executive, that he has come with new broom and is sweeping cleaner than before. I'm highly impressed.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we are also happy to have